Welcome to the General's Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Company of Heroes 2. We're on Crossing in the Woods. Talisman is our Soviets.
And Torano is our Wehrmacht. So there was a patch, and it killed all the replays, and you can tell what it did. What did it do? Did it improve pathing, optimization? Did it fix balance? No, it fixed to crash in R10's assault. Feels bad, man. Yeah, whenever there's a patch that breaks everyone's replays, there's like a 40% chance it's an R10's assault bug fix or crash fix. Yep. So it's sort of a shame because there was a lot of replays that we could have casted, and there was the beginnings of some 2v2 tournament. We couldn't cast that, but I mean, at least this game looked kind of promising. We got Talisman as a Soviet, so that's always somewhat promising.
We're in our old age of shoutcasting. We can no longer like just shoutcast for 10 to 12 hours straight anymore. It's like doing a tournament, so yeah. We're old men.
We could. We just have the sanity.
Yes.
And you know,
the wherewithal.
I work for a company now that pays me, so I no longer have to do 10-hour streams in the hopes that it'll lead to some opportunity.
It was good, man. Remember to tune in tomorrow for my 10-hour League of Legends stream. So.
Is that the gold 5 to bronze 1?
Oh god, that's the wrong direction, Callum. That's bad.
Well, it's the most likely direction.
Yeah.
I mean, how did the last one go? You went from what bronze? You went from gold 5 to gold 5. Oh no, wasn't it gold 4 to gold 5? That was your last. That ages ago you did it.
Right. Yeah.
And you just gave up halfway through. You were just like, you know what? I'm not doing this.
The stream. Yeah.
Well,
I was trying to go. I was going to jump a whole division, but yeah.
That was 7 streams, 7 days. Yeah. You got 4 days in, and you like lost a division. And you were like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Yeah. Press F to pay respects.
That was a bad time, so. Not as bad as being one game off platinum and losing my platinum promos twice, so yeah. Feels bad.
Yeah, anyway. Meanwhile, I've been playing games that I enjoy and are fun and that I don't make me angry. I've been playing a lot of Into the Breach by the guys who made FTL. It's really fun.
Okay, so don't know what this double pioneer is going to do. They found a nice engagement to start off with, but I'm pretty sure they would have preferred to fight in conscripts here. I mean, obviously it'll win this engagement, but the Grens would have won that anyway, so not amazing, but it'll at least stall the capping out. This is better. Okay, so the pioneers get to run up close to the cons. The cons have to make a decision. Do I go for pioneers or do I go for the Grens? Go with the pyos is the correct choice.
Yeah, that being said, cons are pretty good up close, so charging into cons is sort of risky. It's not like Tommy's where once you're up close then you do really well, you still sort of take a lot of damage. And now she runs out of the capping circle.
I don't know how I feel about that. I'm just going to stall out the conscripts for a little bit longer, but that's about it. One of the conscripts forced to retreat, the other one's going to pull back.
Yeah, double pioneer's interesting. It hasn't really paid off. I mean, the pyos here were fine, but what does double pyro? Oh wow, stun grenades. But the thing is like, yeah, having a second pyro is nice, but you know what else is nice is having a 4th Gren. Like that's nice too.
Yeah. It's gonna be 4th Gren anyway from Torano, so no MG42, just like double pyro into 4
Oh
Gren.
my god, it could be a wipe if he's lucky.
Yeah, one more shot.
Oh wow,
I got it. Nice.
I mean, that was pretty good luck. But
yeah,
it was a
retreat.
late retreat. Because he tried to juke around the side, and that was just a bad idea.
Yeah, it was one shot off dead, but the chance that shot actually connected was quite low, so... wow, interesting. Okay, so one of the cons has been wiped. That's pretty brutal. That makes the 4 Gren actually really good. Puts us on huge pressure. You no longer have like an even squad count, you now have a squad advantage as well. And cancels the mine. Nasty.
Sort of a weird mine spot though. This is a better mine spot here.
Yeah, that was really defensive.
You're a lot more likely to path through that. Well, the enemy is, I mean.
Yeah, and it didn't, like that was a really defensive mine. That was too early for a defensive mine to go against a vehicle because there was just going to be nothing out from Torano that posed a risk, so that was kind of weird.
So that being said, Torano's in a great spot now. He's forced away Talisman. He lost one of those squads. Another great grenade lands, and with this many Grens, he can just go for G43 pressure, and this could be a wipe though.
Yeah,
this
could
is so
definitely
bad.
Be a wipe. If it doesn't retreat,
no.
That's a wipe. That's gone.
Well, let's put Talisman back in a, in an even spot, I suppose, having lost the fuel point in the bottom right. Oh my god!
Oh, fair's fair. Talisman, naughty, not playing to RNGs this morning. There should be a daily ritual. Like you get up, like case you do some push-ups and sit-ups or something. You get some water, or like, and before you have breakfast, or like as you're getting your cereal together and like getting some milk on it, you make sure you drop a quick prayer to RNGesus to make sure that you get squad wipes and your opponent doesn't.
Man,
for that
this
day,
was too low. Yeah, I think the problem, I mean, Talisman's from Scandinavia, so he probably was praying to Odin or Freya rather than praying to RNGesus. So that's a rookie mistake. Yeah, this med bunker is really important. Look how low these squads are. Oh, don't get in the house. Well, he has the med packs, but you don't want to spend the munitions.
If you can avoid it, especially with the G43 is going to be the G43 is going to be available. You really want those. Would be preferable. So double fuel's got to be the dream for Torano. It's got to be what he's looking for. I can't win this double combat engineer flavor. That's so risky if they go down. It's so it's an interesting way to try and get back in the game. I've never seen that before, like as a comeback mechanic.
Okay, grenade comes through. He's gonna dodge this time though. Nice work from Talisman. Wow, yeah, these Grens are so low, so the flamers are really powerful. I mean, he's that's the one thing to bear in mind is Torano is maintaining map control. So while he was taking those kind of bad engagements, at least he still had the fuel, still had the munitions. Lost the right side fuel now, but he's been in a great position to have that much map control early on as Axis.
And plenty of manpower to reinforce as well, so there's not going to be any lost time in base while he pulls some more units into his squad, so that's good. Really nice retreat timings as well, so using the med bunker to full utility again without having to leave squads in your base because they're on full health. That's a really aggressive combat engineer squad. I don't think Torano was expecting that.
Yeah, it's good work though having the sweeper because there's double engineer, so mines are always a problem. Oh, that was a really bad HMG facing though. The cons will get in the house now.
Yeah, really should have just gone for the house. Would have been much safer. More squads coming in that area. Could be a conscript wipe here. My Talisman isn't watching this squad. Reflex is tingling. Okay, but he does look at it now. I guess there's nothing else for him to look at. So.
He finds one mine. Or one patch of mine, I suppose. And it's a Maxim now being built for Talisman. He went for his tier 2. So the Maxim's actually got a good choice, given there's 4 Grens, and the way that they're playing, they're running around in groups of 2 Grenadiers.
Signal flare, interesting.
Yeah, a great way of just trying to get cheeky model wipes. Got 1 Grenadier there.
Because it turns engagements as well, because the Grens are on 3 models, then the combat engineer flamers can actually win that engagement. They probably can't against 4 Grens. So HMG actually got out pretty much scot-free. Took very little health damage from the con squad inside of the garrison, so it's good. The stun grenade. Nice attempt of a dodge by Talisman, but doesn't pay off.
Needs to get out of that cover though.
Yeah.
Because he's doing bonus damage.
Yeah. And there's a Maxim here.
So that's kind of a waste of the grenade though. I guess if it wasn't for the Maxim, he may have actually won that fight though, so perhaps that's why he went for it.
Yeah, the Maxim was decapping the victory point on the way there, so that was the reveal though. There was another squad coming. So heads up play from Torano.
He hasn't cleared the mine yet. Oh, Talisman locked in the Tank Hunter tactics.
Okay, that's interesting. Wonder why.
Well, maybe he was fearing a quick scout car, but I guess it's a bit late for that. Still only on tier 1, so that's why Torano has pretty good manpower, but went for the battle phase 2, so he can go for tier 3. He has the resources for it, just needs to get pioneers in base. But he's recruiting 1 now, so that one's clearly to build a tier 3 structure.
Tier skip if he wants to.
Could even just go straight for an Osvin because he's got a lot of fuel and he's far ahead. So Talisman is not going to have his own vehicles anytime soon.
Yeah.
I think the Osvin actually got a fuel reduction. I think it's 90 fuel now.
Yeah, Osvin could be pretty brutal here. Tank Hunter with his this will actually be able to deal with it, but and you can see that Talisman is then actually revealing Tank Hunter, and none of these conscript squads are upgraded. The option is there though.
Okay, G43s are on the field.
Yeah, this is nasty. It's the one squad at the moment, but trying to cut out on more. Very nice micro with the combat engineer flamers from Talisman. Fighting some very good engagements, and they're just not getting bursted down. Maybe Torano should group up his grenadiers a bit more just to focus down the combat engineer flamer and force them off.
Oh, negative cover, Maxim. Gets a rifle nade off.
Doesn't drop the gunner. It doesn't matter, the flank's coming through.
Yeah, that was a double flank.
So that could have been a chain. That could have been a wipe. That's how crazy the Maxim death loop is. That despite 4 models getting out of the Maxim, that could have been a wipe had the grenade wiped the carrier.
So Talisman can afford an Su-76, and there is no pack for Torano, not even having the tier 2 structure. Looks like Torano is going for the Panzer IV.
Panzer IV, yeah, perfectly timed with the tier 3 as well, so that's cool. Has the manpower right on time. That's very impressive.
He hasn't set the mine, so he may just retreat through it. I don't know where he's going with this MG. He's gonna run into conscripts.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't set up.
There's no squads nearby, so this is just really bad. Yeah, he retreats now.
Maybe he was dodging the mine.
I think he's probably looking to set up against the engineers, but then, you know, the conscripts ruined that plan.
So this is going to be pretty much a 12-minute P4. That's very early. You get a lot of work done. Even if an Su-76 comes out here for Talisman.
It is a great map for the SU. Torano could even go for the stormtroopers with the Shrek if he really wanted to.
Yeah, it could be cool. Give it a lot of kill pressure. I think we just have to wait and see how Talisman responds first and go from there.
Yeah, Talisman may even just go straight for a going for tier 4.
Okay,
So
okay.
So there's kind of common. You just go T-34-76 spam, comboed with the just mass PTRS conscript spam. I mean, maybe a caddy, if there's a lot of support weapons. Because T-34s are really good versus infantry. And if it gets like crazy late game, you can go Su-85s. There's no AT grenades. There is that volley.
So T-34-76 is not amazing against Panzer IVs, but like you said, Callum, the addition of the tank under tactics will turn some of these engagements.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they've changed it. So the AT grenade volley replaces the AT grenade ability. Because previously it used to be separate. I think this cloak overtook it.
Ooh, nice nade dodge from Talisman. Very good heads-up play.
So it is a Zis gun being built.
Yeah, just not fuel in the bank for Talisman yet. PTRSs will provide some degree of annoyance. That's about it, though.
No, it doesn't get the suppression off. Okay, he could lose this Maxim because of the death loop. Yeah, he's going to lose it for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow! Model still up. Some good stuff. Okay, so the Maxim does get forced off. Cool. Very surprised that one lived. Both Maxims forced off. A little map control maybe for Torano here.
Well, big wraparound, but could lose the engineers. Actually, could be the Gren's going down instead.
Yeah.
Looks like they'll go down for sure. Now, Vet 3 conscripts. Oh, suppression going to be too late. Grens do go down.
Get a 10 will force 2 retreats and relatively even in terms of squad wipes now at least. So Gren down for Talisman, Gren down for Torano. Has a long way to go for a Tiger A, so it should just be more medium tank pressure at the moment. Still going for another Grenadier squad. Still 25 fuel off a P4. He wants a second one, which would, to me, would make sense. Talisman's just going to be consistently behind. Torano's going to have enough for a second Panzer IV, but before Talisman has enough fuel for his first T-34. It's brutal.
This is really good.
This double fuel hold is a really good play by Torano.
Yeah, and really good double HMG, because it's going to be cons and support weapons. So the HMG is going to shut that down very, very well. you know, there isn't that wasted manpower on a pack because there is no vehicles yet for the Soviets. And the G43 Grenadiers just trade really well versus conscripts, especially with these grenades.
The PDRS package certainly doesn't buff cons damage against infantry.
Yeah, we've got one squad with a PTRS. Needs a bit more munitions for the rest of them.
Love that the Panzer IV is focusing on pushing off support weapons. Something that Torano is really going to find it difficult to deal with. The G43 Grens are great, but you can't deal with support weapons outside of using nades, obviously. So the Panzer IV pushing off support weapons, and then G43s just having free range to trade against the combat engineers and the conscripts is great. So there's our first T-34 being built by Talisman.
Oh!
Ouch. I didn't think that was one shot. Oh, it was two shot. That's okay.
Yeah, that building's weak. He's got a Zis gun. It's been revealed.
And some degree of the Archon Hawk guarantee remains intact because the second Panzer IV came out just before Talisman's T-34, so I count it.
He uses a Zis barrage. It does force away the HMG, but Talisman has to be careful with his munition preservation because he only has one PTRS cons, doesn't have much banked up for the AT grenades and for the URA.
That's an excellent point.
So he could lose his Pioneers.
Is the volume more expensive than the regular nade?
It's 25,
right,
same
okay.
cost. Oh wow, this is really bad though. Gets a bit of damage there. Rear armor's exposed to the T-34.
Talisman has enough for a nade, but he probably isn't even going to need it. This T-34 has fantastic pathing. P4 takes another shot on the way out though. Nah, wow, that penetration is nutty, but I guess it was mainly rear armor.
Yeah, they've all been rear armor. It's still exposed here. Even the PTRS taking rear armor damage, or doing rear armor damage rather. Now the Panzerfaust wasn't available there. The munitions was deprived. I think he's gonna use one now actually. Oh, there was a rifle grenade. So he wanted to. I think he wanted to deny capturing,
cap, which it did. So.
Yeah, another grenadier flank, but that was awful P4 micro.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That was bad, P4 micro. We're sorry, Torano. You played a fantastic game so far, but that was not good because it's continuously rear armor, and you know, one P4 should 1v1 a T-34, let alone two of them. It was also a Zis gun to be fair, and a few PTRS rounds, but even then,
that made the micro even worse because then. Because the rear armor just gave the PTRS free damage.
Yeah, at least you didn't lose any P4s, one of which has 20 kills. Oh, no, what? No, that's 20.
Oh, it is. Jeez.
Yeah, it's vet 1, so...
It's like, that can't be right, this far into the game, but if you remember, it came out like 13 minutes, so 5-minute P4, that's pretty good. 20 kills in 5 minutes is good.
The T-34 is already almost vet 2, though. So close to it, and this MG can be recaptured. That's going to put Talisman in a great position. Has resulted in a mortar being built. Torano is going to now have a bit more indirect fire. We'll have some indirect fire against not only the pack but also the stolen HMG.
T-34 is feeling pretty good about himself right now.
Double Faust. One P4 is being repaired. Bit of a mistake that he repaired the Vet 01 first because he can't blitzkrieg after this.
Still, I don't know if he'd follow that with the Zis gun and the PTRS cons there. So,
well, with that many Grens, he could, but actually repairing pretty quickly here with double Pioneers, one of which are Veterancy 2.
So I guess the surprising thing is they didn't keep pushing to try and deny, not just go after the T-34, but deny the MG42 capture, but I suppose you just figured that the MG42 would have already been captured at that point, and which I think is a fair assumption. It was late capped by Talisman. He did take a long time to recap it.
Okay, he's retreated the HMG, so the Grens are going forward now. There isn't still a Maxim in position.
Panzer IV again going to be doing his job forcing off the Maxim, but now has to worry about a Zis gun and T-34. It'll be harder for it to just sit there and do damage. Nice Gren flank coming in. That might get the cons. That was the only one with the PDRS package and the nade volley. Nasty.
Yeah, rifle grenade hit, and then the G43's finished him off. Zis gun gets decrewed. Wow, that was really bad consolidation from Talisman. He didn't try to heal up or even just merge his Zisk gun. Gets a Faust off too for his trouble. So the P4 is going in after this Vet 2 T-34. This could swing either way.
Yeah, it definitely could. T-34's up nice and close as well, so regardless of the rear arm, the T-34 should be penetrating fairly consistently. Okay, the P4 should be able to get another shot if he actually does smoke.
Ooh.
Not trusting. Oh, in his ability, but no, he does. He trusts in his ability to force fire through the smoke. Nice play.
Doesn't have the AT grenade upgrade, so he couldn't get the grenade on that P4. Yeah, it was actually a great attack round through Talisman that did connect, but it bounced.
Yeah.
So
And Torano's penetrated, so.
yeah, which is sort of what you expect with those tank differences.
So that Grenadier squad was nasty. It wiped the PTRS cons, and then it wiped the Zisk gun, and then it fausted the T-34, but before retreating, one Grenadier squad did all that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that Grenadier squad was definitely the hero of the people, to use Tenchi's term. Shout out Tenchi.
Because this gun, T-34 are going to be built, and that will prevent P4 base destruction. Won't be diving in looking for any wipes.
Which is funny because there actually isn't AT grenades, but he didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I could. Well, it makes that retreat at least. If you got lucky damage, could have maybe stolen it, but another Panzer IV. I mean, it's what you do.
Yeah,
you got Tiger Ace.
Yeah, it works. Medium tanks into Tiger Ace. This was always the strategy with this commander.
Yeah, actually, that would have been really good if he blew up the Zisk gun. The fact that he didn't was a bit of a mistake. Should blow it up now while he can. There's another T-34.
Yeah, it would have been nice. So. It's perhaps overly cautious with a full health Panzer IV. Could have just sat here at full range.
Yeah, like even just now, just blow it
good.
up.
Yeah, blow it up. Nice. Should be at full range though. I don't know why he's not.
Okay, he can just 1v1 this.
Yeah, no worries. We'll stop him from taking out the Zisk gun, but can 1v1 it. The Zisk gun's going to be moving up, so people won't be able to go on the chase here, but should at least survive.
Well, he's bounced, and the Zisk gun's going to be opening up soon now too.
Okay, do we get the... Oh, it's not reverse moving.
He's got smoke and... Okay, he pops the smoke. Blitzkrieg was... Oh, no. Great attack round there from Talisman.
Excellent play. Finally gets the penetration.
So you're right. He should have been at max range because he was too late to retreat there. Oh, well, that's a really big mistake. There's two Zisk guns equipped.
It's pretty much a reset.
Torano definitely having the opportunity to blow that one up and didn't take the chance.
It is the better P4 still alive.
Oh,
the second one now shows up as well, so this could be a good dive. But there are double Zisk at it. Well, the first one got re-queued.
Yeah, it's risky. Okay, you could just surround these. One of them are quite weak. No Pintle on this Panzer IV, but still should be enough to decrew these.
Should definitely be going for the low one first. Okay, first shot doesn't actually get the decrew, but the Panzer IV that's still within the arc does smoke off, so that's going to be nice. And the Zisk gun, the second Zisk gun is actually within the smoke, so it can't fight a nice firing arc either. It's going to be setting up now, and the Panzer IV is within the arc. I'll probably get one shot off here, but I doubt it gets a second. Pendle's still firing. Zisk doesn't get a shot off. We don't see attack round. It's potential that the smoke's still popping there, but the P4s are path into each other. They are now one P4. I played my fusion card and turned my Panzer IV into Panzer 8.
Yeah, Panzer 8 not very effective though. almost loses that P4 to the PTRS. Does get the decrew of the Zisk, but wow, he recrewed the Zisk gun. No, it doesn't get the last shot. So that actually didn't amount to much. It could even result in Pioneers dying. No, don't lose the Pioneers. You need those repairs, bro. Especially with a Tiger Ace on the way. He actually lost the Flamer.
Yeah, but they're out. It's nice. It's good.
It has the Flamer like model still. That's funny. Yeah. I wonder if it'll just disappear.
It's still a good engagement though. I mean, wiped two Zisk guns, killed T-34. That was a good engagement for Torano, and he got both P4s out. So
yeah, that's true. He lost a good manpower bleed. You know, veterancy is always nice too. Oh, you know what? No, I think... Well, he did lose the flame. Yeah, the flame was gone. What I was about to say is that perhaps not until he's fully reinforced, the flame will go away. But it looks like it just disappeared when he got back to base. So, still has the infantry advantage, does Torano. Still has that mortar.
Yeah, which hasn't been doing a lot, but just having it available is going to be good. Smokes are potential as well, like smokes onto a Zisk gun could be good. There are a lot of things. Actually, these Zisk guns pulled back, like repaired and reinforced. Having them on 3 models is just dangerous because the British could just get one shot by Panzer IV. Panzer IV takes a shot, Pintle finishes it off. Like, that's it. And then the Zisk gun goes down. You just feel so much more safety with 6 models, and we don't see that. 359 VPs for Torano, 319 for Talisman, so relatively even.
Torano also may want to go for a Panzerwerfer instead of a Tiger Ace. Double Zisk gun, double HMG. I think that's going to be better for him because with two P4s and a Tiger Ace, he's just going to get wrecked by the AT guns. Especially if then, say, an SU-85 rocks up, it's going to be really hard. Because you can't dive because of the PTRS conscripts for those grenade packages. And then he doesn't need to throw in the Tiger Ace. You know, that's going to drain his manpower income. It's a bit too high risk when you don't need to. You know, he's actually ahead in VP slightly.
Yeah.
He's got, again, better late game infantry presence.
So you are thinking Panzer over there?
Yeah, I think so.
Smart move.
But it looks like he's going for the Tiger Ace. There's no battle phase 3, and he's saving up the manpower.
Some sort of an indication.
And it'll be fine up until the SU-85 shows up.
Yeah.
Then it'll just be really hard to do anything.
Yeah, really, especially on Crossing in the Woods. A great map for the SU-85 to just hold 2 VPs.
Yeah, 2 cloaked assist, SU-85, bunch of supporting conscripts.
It's way too much. Potential for mines as well. The Talisman has very little spare munitions. I haven't seen a mine go down there. Might be a couple.
Yeah, he's got one Faust, maybe even another Faust if he... Nah, didn't get the other one within range. Oh, nope. No Faust follow-up.
Faust. Yeah, seeing double... This double and... Oh, it's just a...
Oh, it was aimed at the other squad which moved away. It wasn't aimed at that one.
Seeing the now triple Tank Hunter conscripts, I really hope we don't see Tiger Ace from Torano.
Well, the Tiger Ace is probably fine against the conscripts.
Yeah, it's just the threat of those grenade volleys as well, like if it decides to dive. I mean, yes, they're fighting its cons, but... PDRSs are going to contribute. I don't know.
I think with the Tiger Ace and the P4s would just poke at the conscripts and it would just, kill them.
Yes, yeah.
The Tiger Ace, he's got really good anti-infantry. It's just the threat is, you know, SU-85s and resist guns and stuff.
I don't see the... I just don't see the Tiger Ace getting in close enough to poke when there are SU-85s and resist guns on the field. Ouch!
Wiperino.
You're not a command tank. What are you doing?
Now that was... That's really important because now... Torano no longer has the squad advantage. He still has better anti-infantry squads, but, you know, 3 against 3. And he needs that squad advantage so he can just force away the conscripts.
Yeah.
Well, is the Tiger Ace.
Yeah, see what it does.
I'm not a fan of that, but it could do a lot of damage here. Let's see how it goes.
Oh, but he's setting it up with the Panzer IV. He's trying to bait this T-34 in. It's a really good play.
Now, you say it's a bait, but we've seen how bad his P4 micro is. So maybe it wasn't a bait, but yeah, this is a good position. This gun could just get collapsed upon here, if not the T-34. I guess he is going for the T-34, but oh man, that Zis gun's going to give him a really bad time. Oh, the rear armor too. He'll get this one for sure, but it's going to keep him back at base for a while repairing. Yeah, that one's destroyed.
He might even get the second one here. They haven't been reinforced. Neither of these Zis guns got reinforced.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, wow.
There's the problem. That's an issue.
Oh my god. Yeah, he got a lucky hit with the P4 there earlier, but I guess he would have eventually just lost his guns.
Oh,
great.
You're going to steal this gun? That'd be great, actually. Yeah.
No, there's no mines here. It seems they were all cleared.
This gun can get stolen here. We haven't seen the Grinch go for it. Yeah, there's a
I lied.
mine?
He did hit a mine.
There was one.
He's right in front of these conscripts. Grenade volley comes off. Very strong damage.
The 4 models are going to be dropped as well.
Now, main gun
destroyed. That's brutal. Like, and the P4 is going to be repaired now as well. So, P4 needs to secure the Tiger Ace's escape. They're going to try and repair. Why keep moving? Keep moving! Torano, run! Okay. Pops the smoke now. I don't know if he's trying to pop a smoke and forgot to reverse. Maybe there's a really bad move. Okay, now the Panzer IV has been fully repaired, so that can't take engine damage on the first volley.
He can do another smoke. He may need to do it too.
Yeah, Panzer IV
Oh my god,
smoke.
please use the smoke.
Panzer IV smoke! For the love of God, yes, okay.
No, he needs to attack around. Pioneers can do good damage.
Pioneers should just try and kill the conscripts. Okay,
oh, great.
Oh no, the grenade really does get the damage engine because they're multiple grenades. Okay, I wasn't sure. Panzer IV does take damage though.
Oh, good Zis gun recapture.
Yeah, that was really smart. That was the Grenadiers that actually recaptured that one. There's double T-34 on the field now. The Tiger Ace is still backing away, but it might be a little bit too late. Second Panzer IV has shown up. Now I'm pretty sure the T-34s can't chase.
Yeah, a lot of bounces for both of our players.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Very close.
Yeah, that T-34 would have died if that was a pen. Well,
Torano's had so many tanks get away on nothing.
So the Tiger Ace has survived, but the problem with the Tiger Ace is, again, it's going to drain all your income. So if you're trading neutrally, then it's bad. Though stealing the Zis gun was a really big deal, but this Zis is still there to be reclaimed, and this P4 should be fine there with the smoke. But no, that being said,
it's gonna get recapped.
Yeah.
So
Oh man.
I don't think the arc's right though. We'll have a look at the arc when this gets
Yeah,
recapped.
you're
Yeah,
right.
the arc's wrong. So it's gonna have to be refaced, but it should get one shot off here. And if that gets followed up with the grenade volley from the cons, this could be enough to kill the Panzer IV.
No, he's out.
The shot doesn't come out. Okay, that wasn't refaced in time. Yeah, if there were nades and a Zis gunshot, probably was going to be enough to kill the Panzer IV. But I think there was more than one Zis gunshot away from health.
Wow.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that mortar was out of position, but that was a crazy engagement. Went really well for Torano, but went too deep, hit the mine. I mean, he wanted to kill that T-34.
Yeah.
So I see why he went for it.
I'm thinking 3rd Pioneer Squad and something else. Pigrens?
He's got plenty of fuel. The problem with Pigrens, they're going to bleed a lot of manpower, and he's just so starved of manpower. It's only 94 income.
Yeah, good point.
Had it not been for the Tiger Ace, then the big Pigrens might be a good idea.
So I would like to see it on the Pioneer Squad. It's just like, you can't really...
Ouch.
You can get a tank for 12 pop cap.
Yeah, because tanks don't bleed you manpower. So
Yeah.
that's where they come
it's
useful.
just then there's very limited repairs. If you go for a 4th tank with 2 squads of Pioneers, it's like...
Yeah, double vetted. Well, I don't know. This HMG is going to be a real problem. He needs to get this back.
He needs to get that captured. Torano really hasn't been active enough at denying these support weapons that he kills. He kills them and just doesn't destroy them.
Yeah.
Or loses them and doesn't destroy them. There were 4 health P4s there. They had the opportunity to go and get it. Tiger Ace is almost fully repaired.
He's going to have this strafe too. That's so strong. I don't like this late game at all for Torano.
No, it doesn't look good. Another T-34. It's a T-34 swarm from Talisman.
Oh, nice
So
ambush.
he has the ram bombing run option.
Oh
like
my
that could happen. He could ram bombing run.
He's got rear armor too. Then
It's
there are
interesting smoke.
reinforcements coming. He puts Kriegs out. Good use of the cloak though. That was really nice. He actually just steals the HMG,
Yeah,
but
I don't know if it's
retreating
gonna-
through Grens, he may lose it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Grens take it out. The Grens aren't focusing though. The Grens aren't firing with their G43s. They need to just stop. Okay, right,
and
they've
that Zis
stopped.
gun is derping out too.
Okay.
Okay, here comes the Tiger Ace though.
it's
This
gonna
is
be
where the
going
Tiger
into
Ace
play.
wants to be, but maybe not because of the Zis gun.
Which again hasn't been reinforced. Please, Talisman, learn a lesson.
Oh my god.
I see one more rear armor Torano, I swear.
Torano has gone through so much munitions on these smokes. He doesn't really have any other good sinks though. Apart from telemines, he doesn't have anything else to...
Yeah.
What was that, the strafe?
Telemines would be great.
Did he
Yeah,
strafe
it was.
the...
Yeah, where was it?
He must have just strafed to the middle, or was it the
Kill.
mortar?
You
I
get-
have no idea. No, the mortar was over there.
was there.
I think it was the middle, because I
Right.
heard the Grens took damage or something.
That's weird. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't make much sense. The Talisman has no munitions. He just lost all kill pressure onto these tanks. It's weird. Okay, we'll see if that works. Con squad went down as well.
Look at this gun needs to be destroyed. The T-34s,
just kill it this time.
they can't do anything. I mean, even because he's got P4s for support.
T-34s
So
just don't penetrate.
just needs to blow up the Zis. No, don't worry about the T-34s. They
the
can't.
Zis.
They won't pen this.
Yeah.
Ugh. But the Zis gun, you know, this is actually a threat. But like that range is so crazy because it's Vet 3. Blow it up, destroy
maybe
it.
it's a strat. No,
Look
it's
at
a strat, dude. Torano knows Talisman isn't reinforcing his Zis gun, so he's just manpower bleeding Talisman. It's genius. It's like 3rd degree next level.
Oh,
Don't kill it, Torano. No.
Come on.
The manpower bleed.
Yes.
You've given it up. Oh, disappointing. Okay.
All right, I'm glad we've seen that. Now Torano's looking pretty good because he also has enough fuel for another tank. That being said, his pop cap is actually a limiting factor. So I don't know what his
fuel?
best option is here.
Like, diving doesn't benefit him at all. Like throwing away, like what are you gonna throw away a Panzer IV for? What are you gonna kill?
Yeah,
Trades him like.
trades can't be even
Yeah.
because his manpower sucks. And, you know, especially his fuel. But
Yeah, there's no way he can take advantage of this resource lead.
so now that Talisman has lost all his Zis guns, now he definitely needs an SU-85.
Yeah.
That's basically the way that I see this game is Oh, wow. Okay, big flanky flank, but there are P4s for support. He's going to decrew the Ziscon, which is nice, though. Blowing up would also be great.
Yeah, it's not in a position that Talisman's ever going to be able to recapture. He does blow it up. Very nice, very active.
See, that's the thing with the Conceer PZRS is max range, they just get bled against tanks.
Yeah, this is a free engagement for Torano. Like, Tiger Ace just kills the T-34s and the P4s kill the conscripts. That was great. That's like the opposite of what you want.
Yeah.
If you're a Talisman.
The Tiger Ace looks pretty bossy right now. Their rate of fire is pretty good. Yeah, because the conscripts are only good in two situations. Either they're being used defensively, so say if something dives in and then they use the grenades.
Yeah.
Or they're used for their cloak. I guess that's also defensively, but you try and ambush something.
Right.
Long range against, at least against Panzer IVs and such, they just get bled. And yeah, you'll do damage, but it'll just get repaired for free. So if it's against something like a Stug, that's sort of different because the Stug doesn't have that anti-infantry pressure. That being said, Talisman's gone for another T-34. I'm sort of surprised he didn't go for an Su-85. That really surprises me.
Yeah. This is just full dive commitment from Talisman.
Yeah.
Like, he has to go 100%. This is a all or nothing build. Like, he's just gonna go ham after that Tiger Ace. So, if he had repairs, this would be a great time to go for it because he knows that Tiger Ace is taking damage. Ah, Stu's nasty though from Torano. That's gonna be so hard to deal with. If the Stu just sits back behind the T-34s, even if they get rear armor with the Tiger Ace, they then have to get rear armor on another tank as well. The Stu will just demolish T-34s.
So I think Talisman's strat is, it's either reliant on just having more repairs than him, which seems to be working pretty well so far, or getting a really nice ambush with the bombing. That being said, gets a damage engine, but loses one conscript
Has to
squad.
go.
The other one is pretty much wounded.
Talisman's got to pull the trigger here. That's a damage engine. He's never going to get this opportunity again. He needs to pull the trigger.
Yeah, lacks the munitions there for the bombing strike. I think he's crawling away. Loses one T-34
yeah,
to
down
a
the south
Panzer
of
IV.
nothing, so...
He's actually crumbling a bit here. He's looking for a flank.
Stu's coming in as well. It's not going to work out.
Oh, he may get it.
This T-34 doesn't have enough damage, I don't think, to kill the
Well,
Tiger
let's see.
Ace.
This
Has
Stu
to
is facing
penetrate
the wrong
everything.
direction.
I think he has enough.
He's repairing in combat as well. And the P4 is looking to cut off the retreat of this T-34.
Yeah, it was 3 shots. That was
Oh my god, he's got Blitzkrieg available here. He can go after this.
Yeah, takes a shot at one of the T-34s that isn't the low one. But okay, gets out. I think that was a smart move. The Pioneers were repairing through T-34 damage were really smart because it guaranteed it was 3 shot. 3 penetrations from Talisman's T-34 was enough to take out the Tiger.
Oh
so that
my
repair
God.
was smart.
This is probably the most effective I've actually seen a Tiger Ace. It's only got 23 kills, but it's been constantly poking down those T-34s.
Very active combat engineers from Talisman. They've had a lot to do. So down to 66 pop cap. Not much fuel, not much manpower. Torano himself, he's having to reinforce now, but that's kind of fine. Like, he has just enough manpower to reinforce. His income's still really drained, like plus 81 compared to plus 199 from Talisman. Literally, Talisman has literally twice as much manpower income.
Yeah, Torano also pretty low on VPs despite having the massive tank advantage. P4 still there, but needs to get out. Okay, that's actually the bombing run. Let's see where it goes.
It's not
This
moving,
P4
it's not
isn't
moving. Dodges it just.
Yeah, almost
It's a
as his
stun
grand.
though.
This bombing strike's too good against infantry.
Yeah, it is. It needs to be better against tanks. Better against tanks. And
Well, it's fine against tanks. It's just
Yeah.
it shouldn't also kill infantry as effectively. If that hits a direct shot, it's really good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if it hits if it's a decent amount of bombs. I just feel like, as you saw there, like it's so reliant on hitting multiple bombs. If you just clip the edge of it, it really doesn't do much.
Well, it depends which way you dodge it. If you dodge
Right,
it
the wrong
backwards,
way.
the
Yeah,
line
yeah,
hits
yeah, I
you.
get you.
But if you dodge it sideways, then you're okay. It is very strong. So Torano spent the rest of his resources and the rest of his pop cap on double HMG, which is because he wants the VPs, because he's actually losing VPs pretty hard. So that's why he went for those.
172 compared to 300 of Talisman. The one advantage for Talisman, I'd say so far in this game, but the repairs are still coming through as a Vet 3, Panzer IV on the field. 1 and the Stug as well. Tiger's already been repaired. This is average timing, but it's just Talisman's just scouting out the repairs of Torano. Like, where are you at? How much else did Tiger Ace have? Because if you don't go for those kind of engagements, you'll never find anything good. Like, he could have found a Panzer IV on like 2 HP there.
Yeah, he's gonna kill this HMG, if not just force it to retreat. But it's pretty clumped up there on the cover.
Backwards.
Yeah, he should be okay now.
Could be nasty crushes.
Those HMGs are so good. Well, the VP situation is what matters. Only 2 conscripts, however, but 3 HMGs now for Talisman.
Is it really 3 HMGs?
Yeah, one of which is an MG42. The Vet 3 one is an MG42. Oh, you gotta be careful about these captures. This could be dead squad for sure. As long as they, yeah, friends get it. So only 1 squad of conscripts. It's gonna be hard for Talisman to take the VPs, but he does have T-34s, all of which have the veterancy for the capturing.
So maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not dive potential. Maybe it's just VP control coming in from Talisman. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Quite potentially could have made a boo-boo.
Bully the repairs, and oh man, look at that. Gren's again probably gonna finish this one off.
G43s. I think they get the angle here.
Well, this one, oh no, HMG. Cons barely survived that one.
That was very close.
He's clumped up here.
Yeah, it could be a counter wipe. That's down to 1 model. Do you think for one more shot?
Oh,
just the...
Those MGs are just so good versus infantry, which is unnecessary given the fact that they're 4-man squads that get 1 shot.
They're kind of balanced by the fact it's only on the front. Like they're not side or top mounted. It's like it's the front.
Yeah, it's actually a good way of doing it. You know, balance aside. Like just from a design perspective, because it means you have to actually micro your tank.
Yeah.
You have to make sure it's facing forwards. Yeah. With the Pintle, you don't.
The Pintle just freely rotates, and that's kind of
something's good differentiator.
Yeah.
Which there isn't a lot of when it comes to tanks, at least.
No, there's not. So that's it. That's a good thing.
Either way, VP still draining. Torano has 10 pop cap. I mean, Pioneers, I thought 2 would be enough, but it doesn't look like. Just this is the way the Talisman is playing. This P4 is really deep, and there seems to be no mines here. Although I said this last time. No, there is one, so don't trust me when it comes to mines. Yeah. Oh, there's actually one there as well.
This surprised me, because you can spot them in Company of Heroes 1, and I find that impossible to spot, like Company of Heroes 1 mines. Bit of a struggle today, but
well, I was looking over here.
When they the more likely spots. But yeah, when they start meshing into terrain, it kind of sucks because the model just sits flat despite the terrain being curved, so that they kind of hide in hills.
I mean, the 4th one I can see really easily. These 3 are hidden really well. Like I will not be able to see those because they're the same color and the same lighting as the path. Well, currently the VPs are in the hands of Torano. Talisman having a 5th T-34 on the way.
Kind of like having tanks on the other side of the river. I don't mind that to have VP control. He just wins all the engagements, so why not stay there? God, Talisman. I like T-34s. They're my favorite.
Okay, this P4 is pretty caught. These tanks are out of position. This is where recon comes. It's so important right now. He's used attack ground through the smoke. Should be able to get some good pens here.
The tanks haven't responded yet from Torano. They're not moving in.
That being said, the still get actually refaced. Down goes one of the Vet 3 T-34.
That's a rear armor hit.
If he trades it for a P4, that's definitely worth it here.
Holy rear armor,
yeah, it is bounces. Oh, it rams, but he blocked the ram.
Smart.
That was sick, and now he's going to use the strafe.
But I don't think it's going to be enough, so yeah.
No, he'll definitely kill it. Unless he dodges it. Oh no, it was behind it? Oh wow, but it killed that Panzer IV. This one's stunned.
Stunned, that means the T-34s might follow it up.
Yeah, well, bounce the side, but he'll get it eventually. Now, the Tiger took some damage, and it's facing the wrong direction, too.
Oh, it's a miss from Talisman. It's going to be costly and a bounce.
Firing through the smoke, the P4 got another hit off. See, the stun is what partially makes that ability so powerful.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah. The stun definitely makes it worth.
Well, okay, so he lost 1 P4, and he killed 2 T-34s. But it's still probably better for Talisman just because of the manpower and the fuel drain, on top of the fact that Talisman has heaps of VPs left. So if he keeps doing these bad trades, it'll eventually just work in his favor.
I really hope that Talisman has a membership card with the T-34 manufacturer. Because like, can you imagine if he's saving like 10% on every T-34 he has to purchase?
Oh, like in Zero when you capture the refinery and it's 10% cheaper vehicles. Yeah. And Torano has a problem with rear armor. I hope he's using R-click and not just manually clicking behind the tank. No, it's really important. Oh, was that a mine?
Wasn't mine, yeah, it must have been. Okay, Stug should be able to finish this one off.
Not on prioritized vehicles.
It doesn't matter. It's like caught on the woods. So.
That's so important because T-34s are all about critical mass.
Yeah, and it's definitely gone now for Talisman. That's 3 going down. It's nowhere near critical mass. And not enough fuel.
I love this guy with his binoculars.
BB's tick. I think Torano lost a few more during that engagement, but there's been a lot of neutralizing. So 136 against 265. Talisman's still with the advantage, but by the time he gets the critical mass of T-34s up again, it's probably going to be too late, or the players are at least going to be even.
Yeah.
It was a good bombing run, but...
Denying them the fuel would be important if you can. But right now, I think it's just getting in a really good position. Getting mines to telemines is probably the most important thing. He's got 1 HMG per VP as the option. Having 2 on the middle isn't exactly ideal. The mortar's also going to allow him to smoke capture, which didn't do then, unfortunately.
Twice as hard to cap? Question mark, question mark. I love the P4 from Torano. Just don't even consider a Panzerwerfer. It's like, I know what Talisman is building.
Well, he has no choice. It's just the manpower of taking up and building the structure's going to be too expensive. HMG gets 1 shot.
Yeah, even better than a membership card. Have a loyalty card. So like it's like a stamp feature. So you buy 5 T-34s, get 1 for free. So
the subway card or like a coffee card.
Coffee card. So yeah. Seems like a good deal, you know.
Wow, they're both telemines. Oh my god.
Yeah. They haven't been
there's
revealed.
no sweeper.
There hasn't been a sweeper all game for Talisman.
This may change now because he did tag one of those tellers. HMG doesn't want to 1v1 these, or 1v2 even. So now, I mean, it keeps swapping hands. Torano does look pretty good, but of course the VP situation has been a problem for some time and still is.
P4's now forcing off the support weapons once again. Talisman has found a 3rd T-34.
Talisman always has the massive opportunity for a comeback just because of this bombing strike.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that just gets a nasty hit, especially with the grouped up Panzer IVs and the Tiger Ace. You can just wipe all the tanks from Torano.
The fact that the Tiger Ace is on the low ground, it won't hit as often.
And the trades that Talisman are taking are at least keeping the resources low for Torano. He doesn't have a lot of manpower or fuel himself or munitions, so. Still has better positioned mines. I think those tellers down the south, they could get some serious work done this game.
So Talisman goes for another squad of conscripts. And there's actually capturing the left fuel as well, so that's going to make it harder for Talisman to keep rebuilding these T-34s.
The HMG going down.
Wow, 3v1 here. Yeah, P4 needs support of a Stug. That's what he needs. Okay.
Talisman thinking about it.
Great preemptive reversing. He's got Vet 2, so this is getting pretty powerful now. That reload makes a big the armor makes a big difference against the T-34s.
Yeah.
But it seems Talisman is just constantly outmaneuvering Torano. He's always getting the 2 VPs.
Forcing tank pressure with the T-34s and then pushing with the Maxims and HMGs. So. Just Torano has been just gradually losing squads over the course of these T-34 engagements.
And his Pioneers are so busy repairing they can't really capture. And the T-34s pose so much more of a infantry threat to infantry than what Torano's tanks do, even despite having a Tiger Ace. I mean, that's risky. They're running through that. Oh, but I guess he gets the AT grenades, and he's going for a flank here. I don't know why he popped smoke there.
I go for it.
Because he had these tanks for reinforcement.
Ram's also going to be up. Okay, backs off.
Because he would have fired, 2 more shots there during that.
Conscripts don't actually have the HMG capture. They were just looking for the nades, so it's going to be available again for Torano to recap. Surprised that Talisman didn't grab that. It would help out with his VP control, and that seems to be the strategy here. 114 VPs now for Torano.
The mortar's within range of the Maxim.
I'm not sure if the Maxim has vision on the mortar, though. Probably does because the capping circle, how close it is, so...
Well, it is neutral.
Yeah. Right.
But the mortar would actually reveal itself. That's a really good
fires,
shot,
yeah, sure.
Well, because it hits.
Yeah.
When it does damage, it's revealed. But oh, he's unsuppressed now. Oh my god, clumped up on that point. So like with cover, the fact that they were in front of the point probably made the mortar more likely to actually hit them. Because the mortar, if it hit the point, it would have blown up on the squads. Because they hit 3 shots in a row. I mean, it was also minimum range too, so you got more accuracy naturally because of that. These engineers would just be working non-stop. And it's sort of interesting because the T-34s are getting veterancy even if they just take damage. But if they pen 1 shot, the Tiger Ace has to be repaired.
Yeah.
And
that means it can't be on the front lines? Or?
Yeah, well, it can't be in the front lines. The Pioneers can't repair other tanks. You see all these tanks are wounded. The Pioneers can't be capturing points. So he's just running in, trading some shots. Doesn't matter, you know, even if he doesn't do anything, he's still keeping the Tiger Ace down. He knows where it is. As long as he doesn't get followed up by maybe the Stug. Because there's no pack for that long-range follow-up. Is that a rifle nade? Well, now it's VP's back in the hands of Torano, but for how long? That's the question.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Not long, I guess.
Yeah, so about 10 seconds, Callum. So.
Whoa. Oh, you have no microphone. Oh my god. Something. I can't hear you, Blake. Can't. Well, dude, hype engagement. Really bad time to lose your microphone. The bombing strike's coming back in. Will he dodge it? Well, he will because he goes sideways. If he went vertical, he may have hit it.
It's a nice attempt trying to predict the movement coming in from Torano. Talisman's been very inconsistent with the direction he chooses to use the bombing run in, which is good. So there's more of a chance he's going to catch out the movement.
Oh man, there's so much negative cover here. That's crazy. HMG just couldn't get out of the negative cover. It's actually better for the North because they have a lot more non-negative cover. I mean, it might be the same. Yeah, see, it's the same thing.
Yeah, so yeah, same idea. Negative cover on one side, medium cover on the other one.
So technically, the right side's better for the south.
Yeah. And it's the one that's closer to your base as well. Like,
I mean, yeah.
More natural. Your more natural VP.
The big difference, of course, is that you don't have the fuel on your side. So it's like, do you want the VP safety?
Yeah.
Do you want the munitions, or do you want the?
Which is good map design. So
yeah. That being said, man, I like that's actually a Telemine, but it's not a Telemine. Or is that a? That's a Telemine, sure.
Hubcap or? I don't know, zoom in on the Telemines on the left-hand side, see if the model is the same. On the right-hand side, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's different.
No, it's different.
It's different. Similar.
Those are Telemines. Just, man, if this was World War II right now, you'd be dead. You were walking along in Australia, I was like, this is a hubcap or a Telemine? And you stand on it and you'd be in trouble.
So...
Hey, the first time grenade for 40 minutes. Feels good, man.
You know, I wonder if it's worth Torano just grouping up his tanks and just YOLOing, because he's just losing this war of attrition.
Yeah.
The VP bleed.
And I misjudged it as well. Like, Talisman's replaced his tanks and still gotten further ahead in VPs.
Yeah.
I really thought that Torano would be able to use the tank loss from Talisman to create VP pressure, but he hasn't. Maybe playing too safe, like you're saying. Maybe he should go more aggressive. So.
Yeah. Like this situation, I mean, the problem is there's no sweepers. Well, no sweepers being used aggressively. Because he needs to constantly repair, he can't check for mines. So, to check aggressively, to go for a big dive, he should check aggressively for mines first. Yeah, he's cloaked his T-34. It's crazy.
Wow.
What's doing that?
Yeah, that ambush tactics. Armored vehicles can conceal their position to ambush the enemy.
Crazy. That's ridiculous. That
something Fortnite.
Because it's giving... Because now he's getting ambush bonuses against infantry, which is not thematic to the commander. Oh, okay. Oh, see, this dude backed off, but he gets the killing blow there. Now that's really helpful. There's cloaked conscripts as well that's going to make it hard to capture that VP.
Where's the pressure, Torano? Let's put it on.
He needs to do something here because he's getting low. Right now, he has a tank advantage, let alone the fact that one of them is a Tiger Ace. The others is a Vet 3, Panzer 4.
One of these Grens should get a nade off.
Oh, it's a Stug here, so it's not the tank that he needs. Well,
oh no! The maximum crew pathed in front, so they got stunned. But I don't think it mattered. It didn't affect the gunner. That's interesting.
Yeah,
Shouldn't affect the
okay,
gunner.
the P4's going in here. Cloaked T-34.
God.
Okay, Tiger Ace is going in, I think, or going left. Yeah, there must be
has the shot past the garrison. Nice. Even taking a pot shot at these combat engineers would be pretty brutal.
Could get this the max in. That'd really help.
The pressure's just creating VPs now for Torano. He's gonna have a double cap on. That's
Okay,
good.
he's got sweepers nearby though. This is definitely mine bad. I don't see any mines.
No, I don't see any mines either, but it's
worth checking.
Yeah, could be. The threat is certainly there. Talisman not having enough for another bombing run as well. So this would be really bad timing if Torano decided to go
Nades
in.
come through, gets a damaged engine. That puts him in a bad spot. Because now the T-34s can just completely go just surround this. So I think some kind of a mortar shell hit. Conscripts are pretty low. T-34 goes down. He's going to lose the conscripts for sure, as long as he reverses his P4 against it.
He's always baiting these T-34s to come in. It's like they get the damage engine on the Tiger. It's like, where's the follow-up? If there was a bombing run there, sure, maybe, but...
Oh, don't lose the Pioneers. Okay, they retreat.
Yeah,
they might still die.
Just in time, so I think that'll be okay.
P4, come on, bro.
Do something. Should at least face up, so it's in a position to smoke off with the Tiger Ace if you're going to repair it that far forward. 55 VPs now for Torano. It's getting really close.
Talisman's also getting pretty low on squads.
Yeah.
Well, he's left this Tiger Ace exposed,
Yeah.
but needs
Can't
more
lose
than
the
one
Pioneers,
T-34.
so- He doesn't have the double Pioneers moving around to get. They're not moving around together anymore. One was up north and the other one was like down south. Oh, sorry, one was to the left and one was to the right. So it could be a good Tiger Ace if Talisman micros this correctly. There are 3 T-34s. I don't know if he's going to get a better shot than this.
Well, yeah, he sort of missed that up a bit. He just gave a few free shots off there to the Tiger Ace. Okay, it looks like Torano's been able to consolidate the VPs, which is all he needs to do. Repair his tanks, consolidate. Man, his tank positioning is just really bad.
Yeah, it's just, I don't understand.
Like, he's not actually covering the VP here. And
So there's no he's losing the ability to have the surprise shots. Like T-34 takes a shot at Grenadiers, Panzer IV's in range. Panzer IV gets a free shot at the
here's where they
T-34.
should've
So
been.
yeah, there we go. Then his tanks get free shots off. Even though they're damaged, they get free shots off on the T-34s and Talisman if they're in the right positions. Especially the Stug, which has considerably more range than the T-34 does.
Now, I mean, there's mines here, so he's actually rather safe from a flank.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the health back, so he's in a great spot
This is
now.
great positioning, yeah. This should be game. This position should be in game. That's a triple cap.
Because if he just retreats his Tiger Ace, repairing it slightly to the right would be better, because then he just has a complete vertical retreat, because he has to sort of turn on the spot, a bit janky over here. The left side's going to be the weak spot, though, which is why we see conscripts and Maxims moving up.
Yeah, so I think this is smart from Talisman. Holding, it's much better to be double cap than it is to be triple cap. Triple cap is just nasty. Just a consistent thing in relic games. You don't want to be triple cap. Talisman can get another T-34 out, which he's going to be doing now if he can hold 1 victory point. And then it should be his kind of his last attempt where he can retry the attrition, I suppose. 50 VPs, has to displace this Tiger Ace first.
Too much munitions for Torano.
So Talisman has plenty of munitions. He's going to have enough for bombing run, but won't have enough then for the nade volleys coming in from the conscripts, which could be an issue.
He's taking some conscript damage. Still has the Grenadiers here. Oh, but the Maxim's facing it.
It is triple pyro now as well, so it's helpful for Torano if he needs repairs.
Now, the problem with losing the left flank is it means that the middle can be flanked. Uh-oh.
Oh no. See, that Telemine was really good from the Pioneers from Torano, but it was really late.
Where is it?
He tried to put one down right in front of those T-34s, and it would have been a great position. I was hoping he'd put one down there, but did it too late.
Okay, the P4 was in a great supporting position, though the T-34s get some great shots off. One of the T-34s drops to the Tiger Ace. The other tank's back at base being repaired. The conscripts, nope, loses them, so he can't capture the VP just yet, at least. This is a risky engagement here. There's a full armored column.
Nasty.
One by one, the T-34s are going to fall here. The range is so much on both the Stug and the Tiger Ace. Only one T-34 remains.
Finally, I think that's going to be the game for Torano.
Oh, look at the clumping here.
What a firing squad, though. That was nutty.
Yeah.
4 tanks, double P4, Tiger Ace, dude. You don't want to run into that.
Gotta be careful with the cons.
I know. Imagine if
no.
now he loses the Tiger Ace. After all of that, loses the Tiger Ace.
Deadly hit. I don't think one grenade is enough, though. It
Ha-ha.
loses it. Jeez.
Gotcha.
Yeah, okay, I think Talisman's out of juice now. Still has his fuel point.
If only he could build another T-34. Then he might be alright, so.
Maybe in order to, you know what it was? In order to get a VIP membership at the T-34 club, he had to sign a contract where he wouldn't build any other tanks.
Right.
So, you know, he really wanted... Oh, good Talisman. He really wanted to build an Su-85, but he was contractually obligated to build T-34s. Faust's going to finish him off here. Oh, well, it is... No! It survives.
Wow. Okay, wow. Dude, Talisman's decapping both victory points.
Yeah. Triple Pioneers finally. Does he lose the... Why, lost...
We have lost one
What's
of our
T-34? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a T-34.
I thought it was a P4. I was like,
I know
how
what
did
it
this die?
died
It was
too,
a
but
mortar
yeah. It was a
shot.
mortar shot, yeah, nice.
Vehicles destroyed one.
Yeah.
Must have been.
Yeah, it must have been the mortar shot. It was cool. There was no... I don't think there was a Telemine there. I can't be sure, but I think there was
Yeah,
a
weird
Telemine
spot for a
there, so-
Telemine.
Yeah. Okay. Triple cap for 10 seconds? Yes. Triple cap on. You have no chance, Torano. 40 VBs.
Oh my God, don't
It's kind
lose
of
it,
dangerous, I
Torano.
swear. Yeah, I think it's gonna go close, but I'm pretty sure it's not gonna matter. Like there just aren't enough squads now for Talisman to hold these
So
VBs.
this is
Good
where you
try.
really want to get S mines. That really helps. He has plenty of munitions too. The only problem with S mines, if you put S mines near telemines, it may bait your opponent to get sweepers and reveal the telemines. But it can also have the inverse effect because maybe they'll just try and crush the S mines with the T-34 and then run over a telemine.
Do you have to mention that every 6 months to make me feel bad or something? So you remember the campaign?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
go to run over S mines and I run.
Well,
into
I don't
mines,
mean
so
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
same
it's good.
patch because
Yeah.
you can't build
Yeah.
them in the same patch. But I mean just
Yeah,
nearby.
I know what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Oh man, Torano. I really don't want him to lose, but he might.
Yeah.
Just because 29
Yeah.
VPs.
There's just always the risk, isn't there? I think he hasn't played perfectly, but he's played very consistently and very safely, and yeah.
Well, he's only had one problem really, and that problem is just he's just constantly had
micro.
tanks
With
duking
armor,
out
yeah.
in like side armor, you know, like facing sideways. And he's
had a bad case of Su-85 syndrome. So
yeah, and he's sort of his positioning hasn't been ideal.
yeah.
Like right now, you know, the HMG. I mean, I guess that's fine, but like he doesn't have this VP captured by now, and he's just got so much stuff that isn't capturing VPs. And he's been building S mines,
Yeah.
definitely.
Like, what does he lose to here? Like, he loses if Talisman captures and holds 2 VPs. So, like, all he has to do is stop Talisman from capturing and holding 2 VPs and he wins the game.
Yeah. So so you
yeah.
think, well, is preparing my tanks more important than building S mines?
No.
Yes. Oh, what a no! It's Telemine. I guess that's.
Better than
a
nothing,
good
I
spot
guess. So,
for
yeah,
it.
yeah. Spending the munitions at least, so. Okay, good. Nice try, Talisman.
He's also had a problem with clumping his mortars up into his main army, so his mortars are way too far forward. Like, the mortar shouldn't be there because it's gonna get forced away really easily.
Hope the T-34 advertising revenue was good for you. So, hope that was worth it.
Wow, deep teller.
Yeah, so it's just, even that is like, it just shows a bit of inconsistency in the thought process. It's like, there's no tank risk
Yeah,
for Torano, right? Like, I have a Stu, double Panzer IV, and a Tiger. What tank could possibly come out that's gonna, like, threaten my game right now? The answer is there isn't one. What could threaten my game? Infantry capping my victory point. So it's just like, you gotta think about what
the
can...
ram. Oh my
Oh,
god.
swag!
Well, he stuns it.
Dude, the crew shock to capture
Well,
of
not,
BFB.
not enough for a bombing strike though.
Oh, and smoke. So, oh no, there's obviously Torano smoked for Talisman's favor. Pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't know why he would smoke there. Well, he's neutralize the middle. What else will he do?
Nothing.
I mean, the mortar.
The Panzer full stops this bush.
The
so-
mortar. No, it's actually firing in the middle, so not firing at the left. And the right side, it's only pioneers. No S
No
mines.
S-mines. Even a bunker would be good, like bunker MG. That's another good option. Definitely S-mines first, but bunker MG would be good. Like, why is this squad even capturing this victory point? How is that possible? Should not be happening.
Grenade. See, the mortar can get suppressed. Well, I guess
Right.
the Stu's going to kill it anyway.
One of our machine guns has been
Still has the pin tool. Yeah,
Oh.
that has to be GG.
What went down? The Panzer IV. Panzer IV went down?
Oh wow, he lost a tank.
On
Yeah.
the left-hand side? Yeah, it must have been. Or somewhere. There we go. Yeah, that forward Panzer IV must have been. Maybe that was it.
I mean, conscripts must have killed it or something.
Yeah, possible.
Doesn't really matter. Or at least I hope not. Ah, don't put Tels.
Uh,
Well, look at the VPs.
do you want to lose games? This is how you lose games.
Yeah, there's actually less VPs now for Talisman. So I think despite our wincing, I think he's gonna take this
Because
game.
we've seen games like that before, man.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
We've seen it. We've seen it happen.
Especially
It does trigger us.
when it comes to things like when players have, elephants, they have panthers, they have a lot of these like tanks that are really good versus other tanks, but not good versus infantry. Sync error detected. Oh, we can't post the game anymore. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Well, that was a nice game. I mean,
That was good.
the Tiger Ace did really well.
Yeah.
Better than I thought, but again, it was because he didn't build an SU-85, which I wouldn't sort of surprised he didn't. The T-34 spam almost worked just because of the VP control. And there were 3 bombing strikes that didn't... Well, there was 2 that didn't really do anything, and there was 1 that did something, but it wasn't enough.
Wasn't enough, yeah.
And so there's always that potential of like, oh, he stunned the Tiger Ace and he killed a P4, and now there's 4 T-34s on top of your tanks, and you just lose. So the T-34 spam is really, really effective. It just didn't work here. And the Tiger Ace is the perfect counter to the T-34 spam.
Yeah. It doesn't get penetrated, and it does good damage.
Yeah, that rate of fire is crazy. The range that it has is crazy. The King Tiger is good, but it just doesn't have that rate of fire, and it isn't as mobile. So the Tiger Ace is really strong.
Yeah. If the T-34-85s would be considerably worse. Because the T-35-85s, that's one of the areas. There are some tanks that it's just like, it's so much better to have a T-34-85 than it is to have a 76. And like the Tiger Ace is one of them. That it's just like, it's really close to T-34 76s, like penetrating like a good amount. And like the T-34-85s just kind of hit that, just jump over that kind of that benchmark or that level where it's like, okay, this is like dangerous now. There's a threat.
Yeah, especially if you have marked target, then all of a sudden you just get lucky RNG and the target just dies, and you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
So that was a fun game. Yeah, that was well played by Torano, well played by Talisman.
Yeah.
I don't know who Torano is, but taking out Talisman is a very impressive feat. The G43 Grens did so much work.
I think the composition was really good from
Yeah.
Torano. It was just some of the decision making was interesting. The composition was on point. Like it made a lot of sense. Well, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that hour-long cast. Big gam.
That long game.
Many render. Should be fun. If you're enjoying our content, please do consider backing on Patreon. It will allow us to keep doing shoutcasts, and we certainly appreciate that. We enjoy casting games. It's a fun time. Hope you enjoy watching them. I wonder if they're looking for the Koju balance team. So
Where are they?